Hey you guys, I just wanted to talk briefly today about what you should be eating if you have IBS or digestive issues, especially what you should be eating if you want to get rid of symptoms quickly. And so I'm just going to go over a few things. I have a food plan that I always recommend to my clients when they're not feeling good to get relief, like immediately. Some people in the first day, some people it takes a couple days, but here's what's on it. So all of the organic, grass-fed, pasture-raised meats. You really don't want to be eating non-organic meats. They're full of chemicals and things like glyphosate that's going to affect your digestion. So, sorry, this got looked a little better a minute ago, but organic grass-fed steak, ground beef is easier to digest for some people. We get a lot of our steak and our red meat from a local rancher, and then you can also do something like Butcher Box for good poultry and pork. It's very hard to find good quality organic pork, so we do Butcher Box. And then for things like, we like this brand and Applegate for organic, like more convenience foods in terms of your organic grass-fed and pastured meats. But buffalo, if you can get access to wild meat, that's fantastic. Lamb, and then if you tolerate them, eggs. If you're not sure, you could not do eggs for a little while and see how you do. But if you tolerate them, eggs are totally fine. And then the second thing that's going to be the staple of your diet are going to be vegetables. But with IBS and digestive issues, you have to be really careful about what vegetables you eat because a lot of them cause symptoms. So one thing that is usually not going to cause symptoms for people are different kinds of greens. So like arugula, lettuce, especially if you're taking a digestive enzyme. Those kinds of greens are usually easier for people with IBS to digest. And then a lot of sprouts. Oh, this is about to fall open, but sprouts can be a really great way to get extra nutrients without having the kinds of fibers that can irritate people with IBS and digestive problems. Also, like sunflower sprouts are great too, in addition to broccoli sprouts, if those are too bitter, alfalfa sprouts, bell pepper, carrots, chives, cucumbers. These are all things that can be in unlimited amounts. And then olives too, kind of talking more about snack foods. It's under vegetables, but olives can be a great thing to eat when you have IBS or digestive issues. Most people tolerate those just fine. And then I have in my plan a bunch of vegetables that you can have a very small amount. So like 1 spear of asparagus, a couple of slices of beets, 1 stick of celery, is usually not a problem for most people. And then also to get more carbohydrates, a 1/4 cup of pumpkin is usually not going to cause issues for anybody. You can make like a really nice pumpkin soup, with coconut milk and pumpkin, just to get some extra carbohydrates if you are trying to eat a normal amount of carbs, and a little bit of like a comfort food, and that with ginger can be very healing and easy to digest. And then also small amounts of zucchini, like what do I have? 3/4 cup of zucchini can be fine for most people. So I kind of separate vegetables, like some you can have a little bit of and some you can have unlimited. And then when people are really feeling bad and they want to feel better immediately, the only fruits that I really recommend are lemons and limes. I don't recommend any other fruits right at the beginning when you're trying to feel better. And then for and also broths. People are going to find that broths are very healing to the digestive tract, but a lot of people with IBS don't tolerate chicken bone broth. So it's better for them to have beef bone broth or broths that aren't cooked for a very long time. And then the third staple of the diet is going to be healthy oils, non-inflammatory oils. I think that's one difference between just a low FODMAPs diet and what I do with my clients, where it's also an anti-inflammatory diet. So no canola, no sunflower, no safflower, no fried oils heated at a really high heat. These are really going to cause a lot of inflammation and probably make your symptoms worse. So I like olive oil, coconut oil. You have to find a good brand of olive oil. A lot of them are diluted with canola oil and things like that are going to cause inflammation in the gut and everywhere in the body. You can use avocado oil. I love this brand, Primal. I also love Dr. Bronner's, that I use a lot of coconut oil in my cooking. Sometimes people don't tolerate coconut oil, but they usually know who they are. And then ghee is a really great oil as well. Some people at the beginning can tolerate butter, but ghee is usually very well tolerated, even if you do have a problem with dairy. And then in terms of condiments, mustards are usually well tolerated. A lot of spices that are low FODMAPs, which I have a list in my plan if you need more details on that. You can also get like a low FODMAP, just all purpose. But things like turmeric, ginger can be really good. This is the brand of mayo that I use. It doesn't have any of those inflammatory oils that I was talking about. And I think that's it. So that is what I recommend people are focusing on eating. For sweeteners, I really don't recommend any sweeteners because any like traditional sugars or sweeteners, because they will feed the bacteria and the fungi that are causing a lot of your issues. And so you really want to avoid those. They're direct sources of food for problematic organisms in the gut. But usually stevia, and then small amounts of, Lakanto or monk fruit. But stevia, you can have a little bit more. So if you want to make a treat, a lot of nuts are well tolerated. Nuts and seeds are well tolerated by people, especially if they're sprouted. So you could, make some like homemade nut butters. You could soak the nuts and make a homemade nut butter with a little bit of stevia in it. That could be a treat. Or a lot of people are making like keto fat balls with stevia, and that can work as well. So if you want all the details on the plan that I use and how I phase people out, because I know that most people don't want to stay on a strict diet for a long time. And so I have like actually a 3-phase food plan, so that it shows you like what to eat at the beginning to calm down on all your symptoms and feel much better quickly. And then what you can do to start reintegrating the foods that you love. And instead of just avoiding everything forever because you don't know what the triggers are going to be. So that's what I use, a 3-phase plan. Because I know that most people want to be able to occasionally eat other things and not have a super strict diet for the rest of their lives. So check out my profile if you want to get my quick relief plan. It has all the details on the diet that I was just talking about, and also some basic supplements, like if you don't digest meat well or something like that. Some basic supplements that are going to really help you. So check that out and get the quick relief plan, and let me know if you have any questions about this, or what foods I do or don't recommend right at the beginning of trying to feel better quickly. Okay, take care everybody. Talk soon.